Welcome back to Prairie Road Organic Seed, everyone. I've heard from a number of you that you're having issues with the squash vine borer. We've never had this pest reach a pathological state on our farm to where they're really doing a lot of damage, but we have seen them. If you really closely inspect, you can find where squash vine borers are active. But if you look at our patch here, I'm just going to swing you around. If you look at our patch, it looks really healthy, right? But every once in a while you can find some yellowing leaves like this where it's just not normal, right? I was looking for those to see if I could find an actual squash vine borer in our patch. I was able to find some frass, so I'm pretty sure there's one in this vine. So I thought I would do an extraction so I could show you how to remove these little buggers. The tools that I have for this process is an X-Acto knife and a pair of tweezers. This is where I found the frass. So this is the frass that the squash vine borer leaves behind. Frass is actually just a fancy word for squash vine borer poo. So, and I found a much bigger clump than that, but I already removed that. So I'm going to bring you guys down here closer so you can see. So here's the hole, and this is the entry point right here. And I'm just going to dig out some of the frass so you can see. And they're pretty tiny when they hatch, of course. The hole isn't going to be very big. See? Here's a little closer view of what that frass looks like. So the hole is not going to be very large. This little bugger is doing some damage because obviously you're having some leaves that are dying. But like I said, we've never really had this pest become a devastating infestation. What I mean by that is that we've never had it take out our vines. They might do some damage, they might reduce the yield, but usually the vine has been able to deal with it. So I'm going to just make an incision here and cut down to the hole and cut enough of an incision so I can kind of split the vine and try to find that little guy. And the vine is pretty firm, so it's not easy to split. I'm just going to take my tweezers, and he's doing some damage, and there's some juice there. Let's see if I can actually find the little critter. Might be pretty small yet. I think he's right here. I'm going to bring you guys a little closer so you can see here where he is, what you're looking for in that vine. You see that little white larvae in there. So I'm just tweezing him, and there he is. This is the culprit that you're after. And usually where you find one, you'll find more. So I'm just going to squish him. Take care of that one. And now, where you dug here, I brought some water with me, and I'll show you how I just make a little patch for that hole. Usually where you find one, you'll find more. Usually the first few leaves that are yellowing because the little guy is down there at the base of the plant doing his damage. Here's the frass. There's frass over here. And over on this side of the plant, a lot of frass here. So here's the hole. that was made where I could see the frass on the outside. So I'm just going to go up from there and cut down. I'm just going to remove this stem here. Cut down into the hole. I'm going to cut up on the stem just a little bit further so I can split it open just a little more to find that bugger. And then I'm just going to pry it and try to hold it open and see where he might have gone already, how far up the stem he is. Yeah, he's further up than that, so I'm going to cut just a little further. Okay, there's a bunch of frass there. Yeah, he's all the way up here already. Okay, here's one. Ugh, look at that guy. Pretty large already. No wonder we were seeing the yellowing leaves. Look how big they get. Wow. I think that's the biggest one I've ever extracted up till now. Kind of creepy little things. Okay, that's all I see. So now, again, I'm going to get some soil and mound this up so that the stem can try to recover from the damage that's been done. Now we're just going to do some post-surgical triage here. We're going to cover up this wound that we caused. Just going to mound some soil around it, around the stem, and around where we did the surgery. Pour some water around the cut. And I'm going to take a little more soil and actually put it right over the cut. Not enough to go all the way around, so when I wet it, I don't wash it away here. I'm going to take a little more water and just pour that over the top again. So we leave a nice layer of wet soil over that cut. And then, just so the sun doesn't bake it, I'll try to move some leaves again so it covers it, but just so the sun can't bake that into a hard clump, I'm going to give it a dust mulching with some dry soil. And the dry soil will prevent the sun from being able to really bake that into a hard brick. There, that should help the vine recover. So in case you need some inspiration, here's a shot of what it is you're trying to save. This is Uncle David's Dakota dessert squash. So thanks for joining me here in our squash patch. We hope you found this video helpful. If so, please like and subscribe. We'd appreciate that. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time.